Good evening. As we all know, sometimes it takes the occurrence of a disaster to realize that we are obliged internally in some way to give to those in need. In March of this year, we have seen the aftereffects of a terrible storm that caused extensive tornado damage outside of Nashville, Tennessee, leaving many homeless with lost possessions and even lost loved ones. I would like to explain a small amount about one of the many nonprofit relief organizations that have been mobilized to help give aid to those in need. Hello, my name is Sterling White, and today would like to speak with you all about the importance of giving and selflessness. One particular group that has risen to the occasion is known as Matthew 25 Ministries. This group's main goal is to provide first aid, food, and supply relief to those in the wake of the terrible disaster which took place earlier this year. They also have extended their reach outside the U.S. into other countries with the mission to 1. Reduce homelessness, 2. Reduce recidivism, and 3. Improve public safety, among other ventures. I will show you why it is important to lend aid to this group so that they can continue doing what they do in order to help improve lives and help in future disaster relief projects. So number one is what they do is reduce homelessness. Homelessness is a very big occurrence among the population of people, for example, that leave out of prison, who live very rough lives. One thing that Matthew 25 Ministries is dedicated to doing is helping people who are in a tough spot in their lives. For example, like I said, ex-convicts, people who are in prison, because many times they leave and they don't have any kind of people to go to, family or friends. They don't have home or shelter. They're often left in the road and the streets, and they want to live a better life. So what they do is they go to Matthew 25 Ministries, which has a relief program for people who are ex-convicts, and this includes low-cost shelters for those kinds of people, so that way they can have a roof over their head, and so that way they will be able to live a good life outside of prison and start getting back on their feet. Another thing this brings us into the next part, which is reduce recidivism. Recidivism is the tendency for ex-convicts, for example, to return back to doing what they were doing before they got in prison, return back to their old lives, to their crimes and all that. And one thing that Matthew 25 Ministries is dedicated to doing is helping people like that not return to recidivism by giving them that environment where they can improve, where they can pick up where they left off, where they can have help in some way from this organization. And now, by doing this, they can also help other people as well, because in all these places that we're talking about, where this is quite common, there's also many homeless people, thanks to disasters, thanks to many other occurrences in people's lives. And Matthew 25 Ministries takes advantage of this opportunity to help others as well. For example, they don't always just help out the ex-convicts, they help out everyone who has been affected by a disaster. For example, like I mentioned earlier, in the Nashville tornado outbreak, they were one of the first responders to help people get back on their feet, to help regain their possessions, and to have low-income, low-cost housing while they were able to recover from this horrible disaster. And all this all around improves public safety. One of the missions of Matthew 25 Ministries is to improve public safety using these methods by getting people off the streets, by helping them get into homes, helping them by providing a good method of recovery from the low points of their lives so they can return to living productive, normal lives again. And this is public safety that is being helped and being spread all over the world. So I know that this is a good organization. Many people will say that it is simply any other charity organization that you can give to anybody. But I have reviewed very extensively on charitynavigator.com. They are one of the highest rated, if not the highest rated in their category. According to the website, they were better than all the other groups in their category in terms of disaster relief, in terms of the Nashville disaster. They were the top rated one because they had all the funds that they needed already. They had all of the help that they could lend to all these people. They had all the resources. Now, one might say, well, if they already have the resources, then they don't need any of our donation. But it is all the donations of those who have seen the good in this group that have made it where it is today, and will keep it going, keep it so that way they can keep helping other people and lead other groups of charity in the same path. So I know that if we donate to this group, it will be an absolutely wonderful idea. And I know that based on the evidence, based on what the reports show, this group is helping others in ways that are perfect, because they not only help people around the world and in the country by doing those three basic things: reduce homelessness, reduce recidivism, and improve public safety. They are also focused on a very specific group of people, and that is those who perhaps many will ignore, the ex-convicts, people who are on the street. They really take a very soft approach to those people and help them back on their feet. So as I have explained, the vast importance of helping Matthew 25 Ministries will aid them in their continuing goal to provide the homeless with shelter, give supplies to those affected by disasters, and improve the overall conditions of the areas where they lend support. We must act to help this charity organization to carry out its mission so that we too can be the contributors of the overall betterment of people like those affected by the Nashville storm. This can only be done by small and simple means such as donating a small amount to this group. So I know that if you give a bit to this group, it's going to help others around the world in enormous ways. Thank you.